Before we start diving into the specifics, I want to explain the difference between DO and MD. So MD is Doctor of Medicine, DO is Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine. So a Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine does everything that MD does plus an additional approach, a holistic approach to medicine. So not just pharmaceuticals, but they also do like needling, kind of chiropractics, just things like that. So they just look at other remedies besides, our Western medicine. And if you like that option more, you should definitely lean DO. It has its benefits and it has its cons. Doctor of Medicine is the classic one when you think medicine. DO can do the exact same thing, but MD is typically what you think about when you think about medical schools. I didn't even know what DO was until I was applying, but MDs were kind of the first. They, right now, are considered the more prestigious one, even though DOs can still become the exact same thing as MDs. Like, there is a stigma sometimes, and with that stigma, like MDs, it can be a little bit easier to practice overseas. It can be a little bit easier to get into the residency programs and fellowships because you're an MD. But if you love the holistic approach and you love all that, you can still do it all as a DO. You just might need to work a teeny bit harder until that difference has kind of been mitigated. And it is. Like, it used to be really, really a stark difference, and now it's pretty much the same thing. And DOs are able to do pretty much any specialty they want to do. So let's get into the pros and cons of MD and DO. So MD, a pro is the prestige aspect. So there isn't really as much of a difference as there used to be between MD and DO, but there can be. I would basically compare it to an undergrad getting into medical school. If you had an applicant from Harvard and community college, the prestige of Harvard would maybe make them pick a student from Harvard over a community college student. So when residency programs or fellowships are considered, you got MD, DO, they may consider the MD just because of prestige. So that's a pro of MD. Another pro is that it's a little bit cheaper to get in. Well, cheaper for medical school, not to get in, but it's cheaper for medical school, and the tuition's cheaper than DO on average. And yeah, those are basically the best pros. The cons are that it's harder to get in, and that sometimes you may not be able to get that more holistic approach, which is also helpful to see other perspectives. Now for DO, yeah, the pros of that are it's actually easier to get in on average. So the MCAT and GPA averages are actually lower, and you get to practice the holistic approach like needling, like we talked about before, chiropractics. The cons are, just that, basically all the pros of MD, but ultimately they can all go to the same place. So like and comment if you guys like that video. Send this out to a medical student that needs it. Comment any other questions you have about this process, about MD-DO differences. And on my next video, we'll start breaking down more things.